you're going to lightly draw lines on your paper that show movement. You can intersect lines, you can add designs within them, and then you'll want to start writing in very, very lightly some positive affirmations. Make sure your words are spelled correctly. You saw I even checked myself by Googling a word to make sure I spell it correctly. It's really important to make sure that your letters fill the space correctly. So a little bit ago you saw me write out the word difficult, figure out how many letters are in the word difficult, and then start with the middle letter and work my way out to fill the space evenly. Once you are happy with how your letters look, you will go in and you will outline them with either bold or dark colors, and here I'm using Sharpie to do that. After I outline with Sharpie, I will go back with an eraser. I'll hold my paper really tightly with one hand and with the other erase over the letters to get rid of any extra pencil marks. Really make sure you like how things look before you add Sharpie or you start to outline, because it does make a difference. Now I'm going and I'm outlining some of the lines that I drew originally to create movement. Here I'm using a Sharpie to do this, but if I were to do this again, I would outline using crayon, because crayon would make a really nice resist if you decide to watercolor paint this. A resist is something, just means that when you paint on top, the wax in the material pushes the paint away and it creates a really cool effect. So you might want to try that as well. Now you don't have to paint this artwork. Instead, you could use colored pencil to color it in. You could use marker. It's really up to you. You can use any sort of dry medium for this artwork, and maybe even a little bit of watercolor, or if you're learning from home and you don't have watercolor, remember you can make your own watercolor using dried out markers. So now I'm going in and I'm just doing a wash over these areas. A wash is when you use just a little bit of pigment in your watercolor and mostly water. That way it's really, really light and we can still see all of your beautiful affirmations in your words. So make sure you maybe even use the tray part of the watercolor so that you don't get full pigmented color. Happy art making!